All right, so today we're going to be working in Command. So to get started, I am on the sign-in page for Command. You can access this by going to agent.kw.com. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. My login information is actually the same as the MyKW login information, so same username and password. So I'll give you guys a moment to go ahead and get signed in as well. Oh, and an unexpected error has occurred. All right, so I'm on the home page of Command right now. And before we get started, we are going to go into our settings because we need to make sure that a couple things are set up before we go ahead and create any marketing materials. So I'm going to go up to the top right and click on Scott's name. And then I'm going to click Settings. All right, this brings us into our applications. We can see all of our apps that are connected to Command as well as Connect More. So there are a few I want to point out that are good for marketing purposes. So it does show your connected apps toward the top first. If we scroll down, I'll just point out the ones that are relevant to today's class. So first one I can see is Facebook for post scheduling. So Command has a feature that is similar to Hootsuite where you can schedule out social media posts. So you'll want to connect your social media accounts. You can connect your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, different accounts like that so that you can go ahead and schedule posts ahead of time. So this one you can see there's a couple different integrations for Facebook and Twitter on here. One's for post scheduling, one is for ads. I'll point those out, but this one here is for post scheduling. You can see we have one account connected. If we needed to connect more, we could click this button. Keep scrolling down. For your monthly neighborhood nurture, you'll want to have MailJet connected. MailChimp, so the the email campaigns that are sent out through Command are sent through MailChimp, so you will want to make sure your MailChimp is connected as well. You can see it's two different spots here, one for email campaigns, one for drip campaigns and mailers, so you can make sure both of those are connected. And then down below we can see our accounts that are not connected. So you can see Twitter here for post scheduling. To connect account, all you need to do is click this connect account button, and it'll basically walk you through the process of logging in, and then it will bring that account over to Command. And then down in productivity, these are more for like database management, so I'm not really going to talk about those. But in this marketing section, there are a few more. So also in Command, you can also set up paid advertising campaigns. So you can set up ads through Facebook and Twitter and Google AdWords, as well as Instagram. So you will want to connect your accounts here. Again, you'll just have to go over to the right and click on the Connect Account button, and that'll pull your account information over. All right, so we're going to go over to the left and click on Connect Settings. That'll expand this little drop down, and now I'm going to click Marketing Profile. All right, this is where you can edit your marketing profile. This is where your new IDX site and all your marketing materials pull your contact information from. So it's really important to make sure that this section of Command is up to date before you create any marketing materials. If we scroll down, we can see there's a spot for our photo and our team logo. They do need to be a square, and they do recommend this 360 by 360 size. If you don't have that size, it kind of warps your face, makes you look a little funky, so you do want to make sure that that's a square. And then down below you can add in your personal details. So anything with the star is required. We need a first name and a last name. Then it asks for extra things like agent license number, team name, designations and credentials, a bio. Mobile phone and office phone are required. Email is also required. Then you can add in your website. And then this market center and brokerage information is now required as well. We need your office name, office number, and then the address. Please put in your office address and not your home address. Down at the bottom, legal footer, we put this in everyone's account. Each office is individually owned and operated. And then optional social media information. So if you do have social media pages that are tailored toward your real estate career, you would want to put in those links here. We recommend only using your business social media accounts and not your personal ones. You can add the links here. And then this information would be for your new site. But lastly, there is a spot for your KW branded app link. On some of the marketing materials, there is actually a button that says click here to download my app, so you'll want to make sure that your app link is in this box. So once everything is filled out and good to go, you can click save and this will update right away. And if you have gone through our setup process of filling out your questionnaire, we do go through and set up this section for you. But this is where you can go if you ever need to make any updates. All right, so now we're going to jump over to some marketing material. So I'm going to go over to the left and I'm going to click on this little button here that looks like a megaphone. This used to be called Lead Accelerator and now it's called Campaigns. So I'll go ahead and click on that. All right, so in this section we can access our paid campaigns, our email campaigns, direct mail, and social posts. So this first section is called paid campaigns. This is where we can set up those advertising campaigns through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google AdWords. These are different. It says campaigns, but it is different from the eEdge campaigns that you may be used to from over in my KW. So these are paid campaigns. So on this page, it brings us over, it just gives us general information about any campaigns we currently have set up. So it looks like all of ours are in draft status right now, but you can scroll through and get more information about them. Of course, the name, overview, like how many channels or accounts this is running on, a preview of the ad, the status, these are all in draft status, the duration, how long this campaign is going to be running, basically leads information, if you got any clicks, and then the total money spent and your goal. So if we wanted to set up a new campaign, we would go up to the top and click Create New. And for any of these, if you wanted to set up an email, a direct mail, or a social post, you're always going to go up to the top and click Create New. But real quick, before you do any of that, if you are going to be running any paid campaigns, you will need to go into this payment information section and add in your credit card. But I'm going to click Create New. And let's go ahead and create a social ad. So I'm going to click this first option here. And it's going to ask for a campaign name and what my goal is. So I'm going to go ahead and advertise a listing. I pulled up one of our clients' websites. Let me just go in here really quick and pick a listing that we can advertise. Done a lot of these before, so let's just do this new one. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to advertise this listing. So my campaign name, I'm going to title this just the property address. And then what is my goal? Advertise listing. And if I keep scrolling down, it does ask where my campaign will run. I have the option for Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm going to choose Instagram for today, or I'm sorry, Facebook for today. And then click Setup Campaign. All right, so this does a channel you or okay, so apparently my Facebook is not connected. Sometimes with this account, because we do manage Facebooks for quite a few offices and clients, it gets a little funky, but as long as your Facebook is connected in that first section that we went through, you should be fine. But this does bring me over to the KWLs page, so I can search for my listing. It always pops up with no records found. Excuse me guys, my voice is a little hoarse today. It always pops up as no records found because it's showing only my listings. So for Scott, he's not an agent, he doesn't have his own listings. I'm going to switch this, click on this option here and change it to all listings, and now I should be able to fully search the KWLs. So KWLs is still a work in progress. You should hopefully be able to find your listings on here. I know some of them are not like fully updated yet, not pulling over photos right away. So just bear that in mind. They're making new updates and improvements to Command every day. So if something is a little funky or missing information, let us know and we can help get that figured out or connect you to the right people who can. So I'm going to go in here and search for my property. This one might be kind of hard because it's, oh no, there it is. All right, so this is my listing, but it looks like the information is not pulled over just yet, but I still can select this listing to add this over to my advertising campaign. And sometimes you get weird little pop-ups that say check your internet connection. I think I'm still connected. But basically what we're going to do is we are going to work through these items, which is basically like a checklist over here on the left, and it's going to generate our ad, and you can see a preview of this over on the right. So since I pulled over this listing from KWLs, it did plug in some information to my ad already. You can see it added in a little bit of the property description. And if it had the photos, it would have pulled over the photo as well, but that's easy enough. We can just work through these items over here on the left to complete the ad. So name and goal, that's already set up. The campaign name was the listing address, and my goal is to advertise the listing, so I can go ahead and click save. And once you finish these, you'll see that little green check mark. All right, and then add text. We can configure this. So the main copy, it did pull over the property description. It couldn't fit everything, so it looks like we have an incomplete sentence here. I'm just going to take that out. I would say, you know, the first couple sentences or just a little blurb about your property would be great for the main copy, and you can see it does plug that in up above. All right, and now we can add in our headline, and I'm just going to say amazing new listing in Nashville. And you can see as we're working on this, it's starting to add in our information over here. All right, description. It does have suggestions, which is really cool. You can shuffle through these. Schedule a private tour with me today, view photos and videos of this home. You could be coming home to this. And if you like any of these, you can of course type that in or just click use suggestion. And it'll plug in that little blurb for you, which is really cool. All right, so now all of our ad text is complete. I can click Save Ad Text, and that is added over. All right, Add Media. We can click Configure. This is where we can add in a single image, a single video, or multiple images. I think they recommend no more than 5. I'm just going to add 1, so I'll go over to my listing, save this image, and then what I can do is select media for this campaign. Basically, I'm going to browse my computer. So if it had the photos, like I said, some of the listings on KWLs are having a delay with pulling the photos over. So since I chose a listing, I should be able to pick the photos, but they're not pulling over just yet. So I'm going to click Add Images, and then drag and drop from your files. And there we go. Select my photo. You can see it right here. And then I can click Preview and Crop. Oh no. Oh, here we go. All right. So it did, for some reason, select this like horizontal rectangle. So I can go up here to select ratio and change that. There we go. So if I do 1 to 1, it'll give me a perfect square. I can adjust this and then click Crop Image. And there we go. It added in my image into my ad. So I can click Save Ad Media, And there we go. So now we just need to go through this section, or these last two. Facebook ad. So this is where on Scott's account it was acting a little funky. So I did choose, oh, because for Scott's, he must have an account connected that doesn't have a business page. So you do have to connect your Facebook account that has the link to your business page on it. So for some reason it's saying that this one is not connected, but let's pretend that it is. So you would just go through here, make sure your page is selected, and then you can choose the destination. They recommend using the Facebook lead generation form, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is acting a little funky because Scott's Facebook is not connected. Basically what you should do is go through here, and it's going to allow you to set up basically where you want to run this ad and who you want to run it for. So I would choose use Facebook lead generation form, and then we do need to work through these. It says button call to action. So on this ad there is going to be a place where they can click. That can either say learn more, sign up, contact us, or apply now. I'll choose learn more, and you can see over here on the left it added that in. And then for that link, I'm going to put in the link to the listing on my website. There we go. So now when someone clicks this Learn More button, they will be brought to this page where they can see more photos and more detailed information about the listing. All right, so now we need to go through the ad targeting. You can target your database or target a custom audience. You can target by radius, location, and also by interests. So this is a listing in Nashville, so I would probably want to, yeah, so for Scott's, I want to say this is working on other people's accounts. For Scott's, it does give me that error, but you would want to type in your location and choose the radius of where you would like to advertise. So I'd say maybe like 20 miles of Nashville. And then you can also target by interests. So you can browse these. So for example, maybe this was like a farm. You could choose agriculture. Maybe this is in a golf community. You can click choose sports or golf, what have you. Whatever interests you think may be relevant to whomever you want to view this ad, you can choose those down here. And it's going to target people with those interests. Alright, add content. This has already been added in. So this is not going to save because Scott's account is not connected and it's not taking the targeting. But, that's how you would go through and set it up. So let's pretend that there's a nice little green checkbox there. Alright, so then the last thing we need to do is go through the duration and budget. They recommend doing a 10-day campaign with a budget of $1 a day. So it already chose for me. We're going to run this November 1st through November 11th. You can click on the calendar button to change that if you'd like. And then your total campaign budget. So this is $3 a day, so that would be $30 total. The minimum you can do is $10, so $1 a day, which is pretty cheap. And then we can click Save Duration and Budget, and that's now good to go. So once this is all set up, you can see your preview here. This is what your ad will look like. You can hit Publish Campaign, and this will start running on that selected day. I'm going to go ahead and save this as draft. Yes. And this will bring me back over to this paid campaigns page. And if I ever needed to, I can go back in, edit the ad, and then make it live. All right, moving right along, I'm going to click on emails. So this is a little more similar to the email campaigns in eEdge. This is where you can set up emails to send out to your database. If we had sent any, all of ours are in draft status, but you would be able to see how many emails have been sent, how many in the last 30 days, how many people they were sent to, how many views, and how many clicks. They do call them campaigns, but they are basically one-time emails that you set up. You can set up a campaign if you were to set up multiple, but you would have to set up each step. You can see all of our emails down here. To set up a new one, we're going to click Create New. And this time I will choose email. All right, so up here we can now start to configure our email, and it will plug in the preview over here. My campaign goal, we can advertise listing, attract listings, attract talent, brand awareness, event awareness, attract buyers, or other. So basically what we're doing through this, and you'll see when we get to the last step, we're going to choose an email template and configure that to send out to our database. So I'll go ahead and stick with advertise listing. And then campaign name, I'm going to name this the property address again, 1904B. Select account, go ahead and choose that one. This is, I believe this is for your MailChimp account. So these email campaigns are through MailChimp, so our MailChimp is configured to this email, so that's why it's asking which account. Who are you sending this campaign to? So this pulls over your MailChimp list. So that's why it's really important to have your MailChimp account linked up. I'm going to choose my list from this drop-down. Who is this campaign sending from? Put in your name and then your email address. So then any replies, if anybody ever replies to any of these emails, the reply will go to this email here. Subject line, what is the subject line for this email campaign? And I'm going to say again, amazing new listing in Nashville. All right, and our last step is to add in the content. So I'm going to click Apply Design. So right now we're looking at KW templates. If we wanted to switch that, if you had gone into Sketchhouse and created any templates previously, you could view your templates here as well. And we will be going into Sketchhouse after this so I can show you how you can create those email pieces. But I'll just go to KW templates. You can see they have quite a few templates in here. Things like just listed, property details, coming soon, happy birthday, lots of great templates in here. I'm just going to choose a just listed red. Perfect. All right, so basically what we can do is work through these items over here on the right, and it will generate and pull our information over to this email on the left. All right, so all of this pulled over from the marketing profile, so we really don't have to go in here and change it unless something needs to be updated, but it plugged in our license number, that legal footer, market center name and address, our photo, our logo, as well as our contact information, our website designation. So all of this came from the marketing profile, so I'm just going to skip over that. But if you need to, you can also go in and update these items. Social details, it pulled over our social media information as well. And you can see on this email, yep, right here, these are the links to those social media profiles. Property details. So we can add this in manually if we wanted to, but we have KWLs available to us, so I will click Select Property. Again, it only shows, right now, when it pops up, it shows only my listing, so I'm going to switch this to all listings so I can search all of the KWLs. Type in 1904B again. I can select my listing, and you can see it plugged in the information. I'm going to change that to a lowercase t. There we go. So it plugged in the address, city, state. It didn't add in the photo, so I can click here to select the property photo or upload a new one. So I'm going to click on this box here. Okay, so I think what's happening is upload new. Okay, so I think what's happening is because I chose a listing off KWLs, it wants me to only choose a photo from KWLs, or this may be acting a little wonky because before I was able to upload an image from my computer, so I'm going to try. I'm going to try taking this out and see if it allows me to upload the photo, or maybe I'll have to go out of this completely. Okay, I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to exit out of here and just try going back in. Okay, so unfortunately, it is only allowing me to select a photo from KWLs, and then with this particular listing, the photos haven't pulled over yet. So I'm hoping this is just a temporary thing because you should also be able to upload your photo, and I know in the past you were able to upload the photo as well, so I'm thinking that might just be a glitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select a different property and just find one that has photos. Here we go. So now I chose a listing that has photos, so now when I click on this, there we go. It did generate those KWLs photos, so I can choose one of these, crop it. Oh, this is like not even real photos, they're simulated. Crop the image, and then it plugged that in. So now, it also plugged in that property information for us, so we don't have to fill that out. So now when I click Update Preview, there we go. This looks kind of funny with this simulated photo. Now when I click Update Preview, it did plug in that information. So my photo is there, the property information is there, our personal information, there's that Download My App button, and looks pretty good. So basically, super easy. You're just working through these items over on the right, and it puts together this email over on the left. So once this is good to go, you can scroll down to the bottom and click Apply Design. And now we can see our email preview over here. So now we've basically worked through all of these checkboxes. Over on the left, our email is ready to go. It does say campaign, but it's basically just like a one-time email, so just keep that in mind. But now we can either save this as a draft, preview it, or send. I'm going to go ahead and click Save as Draft. I don't want to send this out to Scott's email list, so I will click Save and Exit. And now we can see that on our campaigns page. So once this sends, we can see how many people opened, clicked, how many bounced. We can go back in. If we click this little dot, 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 we can edit the campaign, duplicate it, or archive it. So that's setting up the campaigns. So direct mail, I'm not going to go through this today, but you can also set up basically postcards through command. From what I have seen, this is kind of similar to like an Every Door Direct, like a farming campaign. You aren't at this time able to choose like your own personal contacts and addresses to send to. You have to basically select a farming area. So just keep that in mind. But if you are working on these and you're having any trouble or you're confused about anything, let us know. We can definitely help. But I'm not going to go over this today. But we are going to jump over to our social posts. This is the section that is similar to Hootsuite. So basically, this is a really great time-saving tool for you. We recommend going in, setting up all of your social media posts, perhaps on a Sunday, and then you can let them run for the whole week and not have to worry about it. We like to say set it and forget it. So then, if you want to post something out on like a Monday morning. You don't have to go back into your phone and do it at that time. You can set it up the day before and it'll just run automatically for you. So this is our social post page. You can scroll down and see any posts you have scheduled and your connected profiles here. Again, we'll go up to the top and click Create New. And this time select Social Post. All right, I'm going to do kind of the same thing again. I want to just do a post about my listing. So I'm going to write about my post. I'm going to say new listing in Nashville. And then I'm going to add in the property description. You can see it's starting to generate my post over here on the right. I can upload a photo, a video, add a link. So I'll just, and I know I'm going pretty quickly, but it's basically the same process. You can add up to 4 photos for this post. You can upload a video. I'll add a link. I'm going to just link back to my listing on my website. So there we go. Cool. So one thing to note, depending on, okay, so what's going on here is when I click upload photo, it's adding in the photo. When I click add a link, basically when you add a link, it overrides the photo on the post. So that's what we normally do, is we would add in the link and then it usually generates the photo right here for you, and then it actually like throws in the information as well. But since it's not pulling over the photo, I'm just going to go ahead and do upload photo. And there we go. So now I've manually added in new listing in Nashville, the property description, and a photo. So this is what my post will look like. I'll probably say like contact today for more information, and then maybe put in the link there, because then if I add it in here, it's not going to like override the photo. The photo will be the main preview rather than the link. So just there's a couple different ways you can do that. That's how I'm going to do it for today. All right, when would you like to post? You can schedule this or publish immediately. It does give you this little tip. Best days to post are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. So let's just go ahead and choose Friday morning. I clicked on the calendar button, then my calendar popped up. I can choose different days. I can change the time. Do 10:30 Friday morning, and then there's no save button, so you basically just click out of that, and then it saves. So this will be posted tomorrow at 10:30 a.m., and then I can select the pages to post to. And that's super simple. So basically, you can schedule this. This will go into your drafts. I'll go ahead and do that. Or you can save as draft, but since this one's not going to post right away, I can go ahead and schedule this so you can see what it looks like. There we go. So now we're back on our social post page, and you can see this is the week, this week it's showing, and then you can see that our post is there. And if there were any posts that went out previously, they would be here as well. We could see like how many likes they got, how many comments, how many shares, things like that. But this is our post. You can see all of your scheduled and previous posts here. I actually don't want this to go out, so I'm going to click on the ... I can edit this if I need to, or I can go ahead and click delete post, and that will go away. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to change gears and go into Sketchhouse. They're calling it Designs now. They changed the names recently, but now we're going to go in and I can show you how you can create some marketing materials in Command. So I'm going to go over to the left and click on what looks like either like a tablet or a little like pad and paper, and this is where we can go into our design section. All right, so right now it's bringing up our design templates, so you can see any designs that you have made previously. You can sort those by email, landing page, social, print, or agent sites. If we wanted to create something new, we would go down to the bottom and click on the plus sign. And we have a few options. We can do email, so that would be similar to that email piece I just created. So what you can do that a couple ways. You can go in here and create it ahead of time and then plug it into an email, or you can go through that page I was just on. So we can choose email, we can choose social, or print. I'm going to start with social because there's some great social media templates on here. You can import photos and text from a listing. Since the listing let's see if we can find another good one with a photo and the property info. So yeah, we'll select this if we want to select our listing from KWLs. And then I'm going to click Create Design. Again, brings me into KWLs. It's only it is showing all listings. So now what we can do is search for the property. I'm going to just start typing in 123, see what happens. Let's see if there's a 123 Main Street with photos. Here we go. So you can go in here, search for your listing that you'd like to make the post about, click select, and then it's going to bring us over to a site called WeBrand. It will ask you to sign in again. Again, it is your MyKW username and password. But once this loads, you can see it brings us into a new site called webrand.com. All right, so over here we have a few different options. So basically we chose social, so now we can make posts for LinkedIn, Instagram stories, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or site hero images. These are all related to the new site. But over here you can go through the different categories. So you can do posts for awards and announcements, bold, for sale. And then again, these are all tailored toward either Facebook, Instagram stories. You can see they're all formatted differently, and looks like they added in some new templates, which is great. LinkedIn and Twitter. So if you have, like a just listed, a just sold, an open house. There were some holiday ones in here. Oh, they added new ones again. So they have holiday posts that you can use to put on your social media. These are pretty cute. Things like that. I know they had like some event invitations as well. So a lot of great templates in here that you can completely customize. So let's just say we want to do a listing. So we'll do for sale. And these are all formatted for whatever account you are wanting to post on. Let's choose this one to watch. I haven't done this one yet. So you can go in, find whatever template, and make sure you're choosing the right channel. Click Use. And here we go. So it did ask me at the beginning which listing, but it doesn't look like it plugged it in. So we'll just go ahead and manually do this. Excuse me, over on the left is our library where we can see our photos. So this process, if you want, let's say we want to change out this photo here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Add to Library because I need to upload my photo first. So there are a few places here. It looks like I think you can only have this many images in the library at a time. So you will need to go back in and delete them to add in more. But to add in a new image, I'll basically click on any one of these little squares with the plus sign. And again, I will choose the photo from my computer and upload it into Command. There we go. So I'm going to click the X now. So now to switch this out, I'm going to click on the photo that I want to change, and then go over to my photo in my library, and then this little like circle arrow symbol, kind of looks like the recycling, is for replace image. So what I'll do is click that, and it swaps it out. There we go. And then basically the rest of this is just clicking and editing. So I can drag this, move it around. If I want to change out this logo, same sort of thing. Looks like I have a logo in here already. For some reason it doesn't have, oh no, undo. Also, this little undo button is super useful. I'm not sure why I can't replace the logo right here. So what I will go ahead and do is I clicked on this. I'm going to click the remove button. Now that's gone, and now I can go in and click use image over on this logo, and it'll plug it in. And then basically, like I said, it's like drag and drop. So I can move this over, configure that. There we go, that one looks good. And then we can plug in our information. So these are just, like, this isn't a full flyer, this is just kind of like an attention grabbing piece to post on Facebook, and then probably in the body of the post you would want to add in, you know, the property information, contact info, things like that. So let's just go ahead and switch out the text here. You can double click on that. Ooh. There we go. 1904B, 9th Ave, oh, North, oh, Nashville, TN, what is the zip? 37208. Perfect, so that looks good. It is, let's see if I can do this, make it a little bigger. Yep, so it can all fit on one line. Oh, and it looks like I didn't do a 1 there, I did an apostrophe. There we go. Alright, so like I said, super simple. Once you're in here, you get the hang of it pretty quickly. It does, let me see, that was kind of cutting off that text, so I can just move this. Basically, you just click around, move things. You can, of course, change the fonts, change the colors, change the sizing, excuse me, add in custom elements, and make this look however you want. But I think this looks pretty good. Like I said, this is really just like an attention-grabbing piece for Facebook, and then you would want to put more detailed information in the body of the post. So to save, up here at the top, this right here is the file name. So what I'm going to do is do 1904 the 9th Facebook post. That's what I'm going to call this. And then it looks like, oh, there we go. It just saved automatically for me. There was a save button, but I think it may just start to save automatically for you, which is great. But to add in the name and change the title of this piece, that's where you would do that. So now what I can do is I can download this. And since this is just a Facebook post, either JPEG or PNG would be totally fine. Probably just do JPEG, make sure the quality is high. It's not like a crazy file size. So that should be good. You can download this, and now you can post that on Facebook. There we go. I'll go ahead and pop that open so you can see it. There we go. And you can see this looks nice and crisp, great quality, not fuzzy, and you can post that on your Facebook page. So I'm going to go back. So that was just one of the pieces. Like I said, you can click around in here. These are all for social media. I will jump over and show you guys a print piece as well. Oh, cool. So before I used to have to hit back a million times, but if you click on that X up at the top right, it does bring you back over to Command. So now we're in Command. I'm looking at my design templates. You can see my piece I created right here. I do want to point out some of the print pieces as well, so I'm going to click the plus sign and choose Print, and then Create Design. Alright, so there are lots of great print pieces in here as well. Business Basics. They have some business card templates in here. Client Love. These look like bifold letters and thank you cards. For sale, we have door hangers, flyers or letters, standard postcards, and trifolds. And then just lots of other good stuff like I love KW, just listed, just sold. There's some leadership pieces in here. There are actually listing presentations in here as well, and these are really, really cool, really beautiful that you can set up. Local expert, basically like stats, information you can plug in about a neighborhood. Neighborhood snaps, these are really cool. You can create these really interesting pieces about particular neighborhoods. Open house, and then price update. So I'll just do like a just listed really quick. So they have door hangers, flyers, trifolds, portrait postcards, and standard postcards. So to do like a flyer, we would just come in here, select whatever template we see fit, and click Use. And then you can see it's the same sort of thing. So I probably don't need to do this. What I'll go ahead and do is I'll just scroll through like a listing presentation so you guys can see that, because those are pretty new and they're nice and pretty. All right, so there's two listing presentations in here. I think this one looks pretty cool, so I'll just choose this. I just want to show you guys what it looks like. But it's the same editing process, just going through, adding in the information, clicking through, saving, adjusting things. And then it actually has instructions. It was designed for you to customize. Every section has been written and designed to highlight the purpose of each page. This is like a nice little blurb for you to, excuse me, walk you through it. Then you can see the different pages on here, like this one would be info about your client. This would be, there we go, and it kind of prompts you like your property, your transaction timeline, your custom marketing plan, representing your home. And then you can just scroll through here, and it looks like this is kind of like that neighborhood snapshot, what's happening in Barton Hills. You'll want to plug in this information. Comparable properties. And things like that. So you can work through this, completely customize it. You can see that it just looks really nice and has some great information, makes you look super professional, and provides great details for your client. And you can go through, I know I'm scrolling through these pretty quickly, but yeah, so you can just scroll through these, customize it. So for these, they don't offer printing, so you would need to go ahead and download this. So for like this piece and the flyers, when you hit download, you're going to want to choose Get PDF. And I would make sure that this is high resolution print quality. You can also download, like I'm saying download all designs, but if you wanted to download only a certain page, that's pretty cool. You can just choose, like I want page 1 or only pages 1 through 3. You can do that as well. And then download that. So for this, yeah, definitely make sure you're downloading a PDF, super high quality, high res, and that'll look really great for print. And then I know in my old office we used to have like a nice binding machine, so you can, I would say, you know, buy a nice pack of paper, see if you can print it at your office and see if they have binding, or of course you can email this to Staples or whomever and they can do that for you as well. So just wanted to show you guys again how you can create some of these really beautiful marketing pieces. But I'm going to hit back, and that is actually, I'm not going to save this, that is actually about it for today. So that was going over the different marketing pieces and options within Command. I'm going to pull up our website. Oh, that's Scott's. I went to Scott's IDX site, and now it wants to take me there all the time. But scottleroymarketing.com, I do want to show you guys our contact information so you can get in touch with us. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern on emails and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern on phones. So if you guys have any questions or need further information, further help, definitely feel free to reach out to us on one of these two options. If not, that is about it. So thank you guys for sticking around today. Happy Halloween, and we'll talk to you soon.